Hello and welcome. In this video we're looking at the Parrot OS. We're specifically using this video as our step-by-step guidelines for installing Windows for our labs that we're going to be working with Parrot. So essentially this is going to be our victim machine that is used inside of our Parrot lab. So let's jump into VMware and let's walk through the process of getting up a Windows 10 VM that will be used as a victim. Alright, so right now under my Parrot OS, I have Parrot, I have Metasploitable 3, I've already done separate videos for each of those. So this video we're focusing on Windows 10, so I'm going to go ahead and do a new virtual machine. Typical is fine. Go ahead and go to navigate wherever your Windows 10 ISO is. If you don't have it, you can download it from Microsoft using the media creation tool. I'm going to be saving my Windows 10 in a separate location. I just want to call mine Windows 10, that's fine. The traditional 60 gig for hard drive is fine. I am going to customize my hardware. One thing that I definitely want is I do want 4 gigs of memory because I have 32 gigs in my machine, so I can up that a little bit. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish. Let it do its initial creation. While it's doing its process, I'm going to drag it into my Parrot folder. I do want to boot off the disk. If your mouse gets stuck, Alt and Control should release the mouse. And from here, you follow the on-screen prompts. We're doing English, we're doing US, we're installing it now. And again, we're just doing a basic default installation. If you don't have a product key, that's okay. You can select I don't have a product key. We're going to be choosing the Windows 10 Pro, not the European version, so no N. We're just going to choose the traditional or base Windows 10 Pro. Do the terms and service. Choose custom installation. We'll see our 60 gig virtual drive there, that's fine. Next. By doing that, it will auto configure the parts that it needs. From here, you sit back and you just let it do its thing. I'm going to go ahead and leave the video running for this process. I will just in post kind of speed up this installation process. That way we're not just sitting here for 5 minutes in silence. Alright, so at this point, we're just kind of waiting for the VM to finalize its setup. We have our user creation, and after the user creation, we can go ahead and take it from there. So, choosing the appropriate language and region, keyboard layout, we're skipping a second keyboard. Again, for this machine, we're just using it as a victim, so you can leave the majority of the defaults without any concern. We're going to play with it a little bit in terms of we'll create a user, we'll create a secondary user with a password, and we will disable the antivirus. Other than that, we're pretty much leaving it alone. I'm going to set it up for personal use. I'm doing an offline account, limited experience. No password. You can turn those off if you want. Again, I'm using this as a victim, so I'm just going to leave the defaults. Don't want Cortana. It is almost done. Alright, so we're almost done. First thing I want to do is install VMware Tools. If it doesn't automatically pop up, that's fine. Navigate to this PC. Tool should be there, and you're good to go. VirtualBox is pretty similar. If you're doing this with the VirtualBox, you populate it, you still navigate to this PC, navigate to the optical drive. Probably have to manually install it, not a big deal. Alright, so we're almost done. We should get the screen to refresh with the appropriate screen resolution. Alright, so we want to do two more things before we finish. I'm going to right click this PC, go to Manage. I want to make a new user. So I will go to Local Users. I want to call this user User1. Password. I'm going to do capital P-A-W-W, sorry, it's P-A-S-S-W-O-R-D and the number 1. I don't want the user to change it. I don't want the user to expire or change it, so I'll create it. And now we have a user. And the description is its password. Again, normally we wouldn't be doing this. We're just going to be using that for a later lab where we might be cracking passwords. Alright, lastly is disabling the antivirus. Right click the computer or the network connection option. We have the ability to do things like the firewall. So I'm going to start off with virus protection. I want to go ahead and manage settings. I want to turn off real-time protection. So they're all turned off. I'm going to go down to Firewall. And I'm going to turn them off as well. One more. Domain, private, and public, all turned off. Alright, so you may get a few pop-ups saying, hey, are you sure you want to do this? Answer is yes. Alright, so this is the basic installation of Windows 10. It took us a few seconds shy of 15 minutes total to set this up. The video is going to be much less because I'm going to do some speed up in post, but for the most part, it took us about 15 minutes. Questions or concerns, please let me know. Thank you.